Thank you, Caroline. And if you're hungry, you may have heard for the 4 for 4, but if you're hungry for basketball, I'm going to give you the 5 for 4 coming up after the break.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
I remember, Dad, you and Mom got this car with a hatchback. I said, I'd be happy to give you the money to get a really great car. And he said, well, no, this works for me. I says, why? Because it's the right height to put the meals in. Dad, tell me when you first got an inkling about Meals on Wheels.
There was kind of an abandoned house. That's where we got started with Meals on Wheels. We kind of filled a need for people as they got older.
It's the human interaction that probably fed them much more than the food.
Oh, yeah. When you can see somebody else benefiting by your life in some way, you can't help but feel good about it, I think.
Well, the reason I'm involved, Dad, is because you are, and you're so inspiring. How you've impacted people is enormous.
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at americaletsdolunch.org.
America, let's do lunch.
Welcome back to HU16's Live at 5. I'm Jackson Duncan here with your sports. Now, I said we got 5 things on the radar for you. Let's get started with number 1. Hardin Academy is looking for revenge in their 4th straight win tonight at home against Tuckerman. Now, the Hardin Academy boys lost earlier this season on the road 52-36 against Tuckerman. However, the Wildcats went on to win 3 straight following that loss just 10 days ago. And Tuesday, the Hardin Academy Wildcats traveled to the 10-minute drive away to take on fellow White County 3A conference opponent, the Riverview Raiders. The Wildcats only led by 4 going into quarter number 4, but outscored the Raiders 20-7 in the final stretch and won 59-42 and improved to 9-1 in the conference and 11-3 overall. And tip-off for tonight's game against Tuckerman at home is set for around 7 p.m. And the Lady Wildcats are looking for their 9th straight win tonight against Tuckerman. They're hoping for their 2nd win over Tuckerman this season after defeating them 60-55 on a comeback win 10 days ago. Hardin Academy is 18-3 overall and in first place in the conference with an undefeated 11-0 record. Tip-off for the Lady Wildcats is scheduled for around 6 p.m. Good luck to both the Wildcat teams tonight. And speaking of looking to continue winning streaks, the Hardin Lady Bisons are seeking their 5th straight win tonight on the road, taking on Southeastern Oklahoma. Southeastern Oklahoma stands alone as the number 1 seed in the GAC with a 10-2 conference record, and Hardin right behind them is in a 5-way tie for 2nd place with an 8-4 record in GAC play. The Lady Bisons played Southeastern earlier this season at home and were handed a 20-point loss, their 2nd worst loss of the season, but they're going to be looking to get things done in just a couple minutes at 5:30 p.m. tonight in Durant, Oklahoma. And then staying on the court, the Hardin's men team will also be playing tonight at Southeastern Oklahoma, and they are in desperate need of a win as they are 2-10 in the conference. They're needing to stay alive, but it will be a tough task to get the job done. Southeastern is tied for 1st in the GAC with a 9-3 conference record. And again, just as I said, Hardin sits at the bottom of the conference with a 2-10 record in GAC play, and they just lost at home, but they did have a win last Thursday, so maybe Thursday is their lucky day. Last time they played Southeastern on January 4th, they lost 80-64. Tip-off for tonight's game is scheduled for 7:30 p.m. You can find the link to watch both these Bison basketball games online at hardinsports.com. And those are 4 things, but again, I promise you a 5th. Here it is. This is the coolest thing I saw. Last night in Indiana, the Pacers found themselves down by 3 to the Chicago Bulls, 100-97. Victor Oladipo with the ball with a dozen seconds left to play. Now, Victor Oladipo played for Indiana University, so he's loved in that state. He shoots a 3 from the parking lot, and he tied that game up at 2 Benjamin Franklins apiece. Oladipo only scored 9 points on the game, but he chose those 3 when it counted. The Pacers went on to win 115-106 in overtime and improved to 31-17 on the season, which puts them at 5th in the Eastern Conference. And a quick little fun fact before I go from Victor Oladipo, he was in the semifinals on Fox's show, The Masked Singer. So on the court, on the stage, that man can get it done. That's all I have for your sports. We'll now send it back to the desk with Ethan and Abigail.